Once upon a time in a small village in ancient Nepal there lived a young man named Siddharth. Siddharth was a curious and ambitious boy who always had a thirst for knowledge. One day he heard about a wise old Buddhist monk who lived on the outskirts of the village and was renowned for his profound teachings on the power of silence. That Arth was intrigued and decided to seek out the monk to learn more. After a long and arduous journey, Siddharth finally reached the monastery where the monk resided. He was greeted by the serene and peaceful surroundings of the monastery, and he felt an immediate sense of calmness wash over him. He was welcomed by the monk, who invited him to sit down and share a cup of tea. Over tea, Siddharth asked the monk to explain the power of silence to him. The monk smiled and said, "Silence is the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe. It is in the quiet moments that we can truly connect with ourselves and with the world around us." Siddharth was puzzled. But how can silence have power, he asked. Isn't power all about being heard and making your voice heard? The monk smiled and replied, power's not just about speaking. True power comes from within, from the peace and stillness of our own minds. When we are at peace with ourselves, we can achieve anything we set our minds to. The monk then shared a story with Siddharth. He said, long ago there was a great king who ruled over a vast empire. He was feared by all his subjects, for he was known to be a ruthless and cruel ruler. One day a wise sage came to the king and said, "Your Majesty, there is great power in silence. If you can learn to harness this power, you will be able to rule with wisdom and compassion." The king was skeptical, but he was also intrigued. He asked the sage to explain further. The sage said, "Your Majesty, when you are silent, you can listen to the voices of your people. You can hear their grievances, their hopes, and their fears. You can then use your power to address their concerns and make their lives better." The king was moved by the sage's words, and he decided to give it a try. He began to listen more and speak less. He listened to the voices of his subjects, and he used his power to help them in any way he could. Over time, the king became known as a wise and just ruler. His subjects respected him, and his kingdom prospered, all because he learned to harness the power of silence. Siddharth was inspired by the monk's story, and he realized that there was great wisdom in the power of silence. He decided to stay at the monastery and learn more from the monk. Over the next few weeks, Siddharth learned to meditate and quiet his mind. He learned to listen to the sounds of nature and to his own inner voice. He felt a sense of peace and clarity that he had never experienced before. One day, as he was sitting in the meditation, Siddharth had a realization. He understood that the power of silence was not just about being quiet, but about listening deeply to the world around him. He realized that when he was silent, he could hear the voices of the universe speaking to him. He felt a sense of oneness with everything around him. From that day on, Siddharth lived his life with a newfound sense of purpose and clarity. He knew that the power of silence would guide him in all his endeavors, and that he could achieve anything he set his mind to.